You studied English for 10 years, maybe even longer. You went to class, you did the homework, you memorized the vocabulary, you learned the grammar rules. But right now, if someone walked up to you and said, "Hello, how are you doing?" you would freeze. Nothing would come out. Or something would come out, but it would be wrong and slow and painful. And you would walk away feeling like a failure.
If that is you, I want you to know something important before we say anything else. You are not a failure. You are not stupid. You are not bad at languages. You have just been learning the wrong thing. And today, we are going to show you what the real problem is, and more importantly, what to do about it.
Welcome to English Today 77.
Today's episode is one of the most important we have ever made because this problem affects millions of people around the world. People who have worked hard, people who have studied seriously, people who have spent years and years on English and still feel like they cannot speak. If that is you, stay with us. This episode is for you.
Let me start with a question. When you were in school, what did your English class look like? I want you to really think about this. What did your teacher do? What did you do? Did you open a textbook? Did you study grammar rules? Did you memorize lists of vocabulary words? Did you read passages and answer questions? Did you take tests?
I think for most people listening right now, the answer is yes to all of those things. That is what English class looked like. And on the surface, it looks like learning. It feels like learning. You are doing things. You are working. You are studying. But here is the problem. There is a big difference between learning about English and learning to use English. And most schools only teach the first one.
Let me say that again, because it is really important. There is a big difference between learning about English and learning to use English. Grammar rules are knowledge about English. Vocabulary lists are knowledge about English. Understanding how sentences are built is knowledge about English. But none of those things, by themselves, teach you how to actually produce English in real time, in a real conversation, with a real person.
Think about it this way. Imagine you want to learn to ride a bicycle. You go to the library and you find a book about bicycles. You read everything. You learn about balance, you learn about momentum, you learn about how the gears work, you study diagrams, you memorize everything in the book. You pass a test about bicycles. Now, someone puts a bicycle in front of you and says, "Ride it." Can you?
No, you cannot. Because reading about bicycles and riding bicycles are completely different things. One is knowledge. The other is skill. And skills are only built through practice, through actually doing the thing.
English is exactly the same. Speaking English is a skill, and skills are built through practice, not through reading about grammar, not through memorizing words, through actually speaking, again and again and again, in real situations or situations that feel real.
Are you following this idea so far? Does it make sense? Because this is the foundation of everything we are going to talk about today. The reason you cannot speak after 10 years of studying is not because you did not study enough. It is because you practiced the wrong thing. You practiced reading English. You practiced writing English exercises. You practiced choosing the right grammar answer on a multiple choice test. But you almost never practiced the actual skill of speaking English in a natural, flowing, real conversation.
And I want to be very clear. This is not your fault. This is the fault of the system, the education system that taught you. Most schools around the world are not designed to produce speakers. They are designed to produce test takers. And those are two very different things.
Let me tell you about someone. His name is David. David is from Taiwan. He is in his mid-30s. He studied English from the age of 7. Almost 30 years of English. He had a private tutor for most of his childhood. He went to a cram school 3 times a week. He scored very well on English exams. He could read English articles without much difficulty. He understood the grammar. But when David got a job at an international company, everything fell apart. His first week, there was a conference call with people from the United States and Australia. David sat in front of his computer. He listened. He understood maybe 60% of what was being said. But when his manager turned to him and said, "David, what do you think about this proposal?" something happened.
David's mind went blank. Not because he did not understand the question. He understood it perfectly. But because he had never practiced how to answer a question like that in English, in real time, under pressure, with people waiting for his response. He had never trained that skill. So when the moment came, the skill was not there.
He said something short and vague, and he felt ashamed for days afterward. He kept thinking, why can I not speak? I have studied English my whole life. What is wrong with me?
Nothing was wrong with David. The same thing that is wrong with many of our listeners was wrong with David. He had a lot of English knowledge inside him, but that knowledge had never been turned into a skill. It had never been activated. It was sitting there, unused, like a muscle that had never been exercised.
And this brings us to what we want to call the big gap. The gap between knowing English and being able to use English. This gap is real. It is common, and it is the reason you are listening to this episode right now.
So how do you close that gap? How do you turn what you know into something you can actually use? We have some very practical answers for you today. But before we get there, let me ask you something. Do you recognize yourself in David's story? Have you ever had a moment where you knew what you wanted to say but could not get it out? Write it in the comments. Tell us your version of that moment. We want to hear from you.
Okay, let us talk about solutions. Because this is not just a problem episode. This is a solution episode. And the solutions are practical. They are simple. They do not require expensive classes or special equipment. They require a change in how you think about learning English and a change in what you spend your time doing.
The first and most important change is this. You have to start speaking. Right now. Today. This week. Not when your grammar is better. Not when you know more words. Now. With the English you already have. Because here is the truth. The English you already have, after 10 years of study, is probably enough to start having simple conversations. The problem is not that you do not know enough. The problem is that you have never used what you know.
Think about what you already know. You know how to introduce yourself. You know how to describe your day. You know how to talk about simple topics like food, weather, work, and family. You have this knowledge. It is inside you. But it has never been taken out and used. It has never been turned into speech.
So, starting today, we want you to speak. Every day. Even if just for 5 minutes. Even if it is just you talking to yourself. Even if it is just you describing what you see around you or talking about what you did today. The point is to get English moving from inside your head into the real world through your mouth.
Now, some of you might say, but I do not have anyone to speak with. I understand that. It is a real challenge. But here is the good news. You do not need another person to start building your speaking skill. You can begin completely alone.
Talk to yourself in English. This is not as strange as it sounds. Stand in front of a mirror and describe yourself. Describe your room. Tell yourself about your plans for tomorrow. Narrate what you are doing while you cook or clean. These are all speaking practice. They are all building the skill that school never built.
You can also record yourself.
take your phone, press record, talk for 2 minutes about anything. Then listen to it. Listen without judgment. Just notice things. Where did you pause too long? Where did you run out of words? Where did you sound natural? And where did you sound stuck? Then try again. Record another 2 minutes. Compare them.
Now, let us talk about something really important. And this is something that people do not want to hear, but need to hear. If you want to speak English better, you have to be willing to make mistakes. You have to be willing to sound imperfect. You have to be willing to say wrong things.
Because here is the truth about mistakes. Mistakes are not signs that you are bad at English. Mistakes are signs that you are using English. And using English is the only way to get better at English. Every person who speaks English confidently today made thousands of mistakes on the way to confidence. Thousands! Those mistakes were not failures. They were the building blocks of fluency.
I want you to think about a child learning their native language. A child makes mistakes constantly. They say things like, I runned to the park, or she goed home. Nobody punishes them for these mistakes. Nobody says, you are bad at language. Instead, we understand that these mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. We give the child time and space and encouragement.
You are also learning. Give yourself the same time and space and encouragement that you would give a child. Stop being so hard on yourself for making mistakes. Start seeing mistakes as progress instead.
Are you still following us? Are you understanding everything so far? If something is not clear, please write your question in the comments. We answer every question. We want to make sure this is useful for everyone listening.
Now, let me tell you what happened to David. After that difficult conference call, David made a decision. He decided to stop studying English the old way. He stopped reviewing grammar books, he stopped doing vocabulary exercises, and instead, he started speaking. Every morning before work, he spoke to himself in English for 10 minutes. He described his morning routine, he talked about his plans for the day, he talked about the news he had read.
He also started watching English shows without subtitles, and then trying to retell what happened in his own English words. This is a powerful technique because it forces you to produce language, not just receive it.
And he found a language exchange partner online, someone who spoke English natively and was learning Mandarin. They met twice a week on a video call. 30 minutes of English, 30 minutes of Mandarin. Low pressure, friendly, focused on communication, not perfection.
Within 3 months, David was different. He was not perfect. He still made mistakes. He still sometimes searched for words. But he was speaking. He was communicating. He was expressing his ideas in English in real time. And when the next conference call came, he participated. He shared his opinion. He answered questions. He was still nervous, but he did it.
That transformation did not happen because David suddenly learned more English. It happened because he started using the English he already had. He closed the gap between knowledge and skill by doing the thing, by speaking.
So let us bring everything together. We want to leave you today with some clear takeaways, things you can remember, things you can act on.
The first takeaway is this: knowing English and speaking English are different things. You can know a lot and still not be able to speak. That is because speaking is a skill, not just knowledge, and skills need practice.
The second takeaway is that most English education teaches knowledge, not skill. It teaches you about the language. It does not teach you to use the language. That is why you can study for 10 years and still not speak. It is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to fix it.
The third takeaway is that speaking practice is the solution. Not more grammar study, not more vocabulary lists, speaking practice, daily speaking practice. Even if it is alone, even if it is imperfect, even if it is just 5 minutes a day.
The fourth takeaway is to embrace mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. They are progress. They are the evidence that you are using the language, and using the language is the only way to improve.
And the fifth takeaway is that you already have more English than you think. After years of study, you have knowledge inside you that is waiting to be used. You do not need to learn more first. You need to start using what you already have. Today, now, this week.
We want you to do something after you finish listening to this episode. We want you to speak English for 5 minutes today. Not study, not read, not watch. Speak. Talk to yourself. Record yourself. Describe something. Tell a short story. Anything. Just 5 minutes of speaking.
And then come back here and tell us in the comments that you did it. Tell us what you talked about. Tell us how it felt. We want to celebrate with you. We want to be part of your journey.
If this episode made sense to you, if it explained something that you have been confused about for a long time, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who has been studying for years and still cannot speak. Someone who is frustrated and losing hope. This episode might be exactly what they need.
Please also click the like button if this was helpful. It is a small thing, but it makes a big difference for us. It helps more people find this podcast. And the more people who find it, the more people we can help.
And if you are not already subscribed to English Today 77, please subscribe right now. Turn on the notification bell. We make new episodes regularly. Every episode is designed to help you learn real English. English you can actually use. English that changes your life.
Thank you so much for listening today. We know that struggling with English after years of studying is painful. We know how frustrating it feels. But we also know that the solution exists, and it is simpler than you think. Stop studying. Start speaking. That is the shift. That is the change. That is what takes you from knowing English to using English. You can do this. We believe in you. Start today.